Kinsman! Kinsman! Sorry there, didn't mean to startle you. I'm not exactly too good with the subtlety of a quiet greeting. I knew I heard something shuffling around in these woods. Glad to see a semi-friendly face. I don't mean to intrude upon your travels, but it seems a bit odd to be travelling alone, don't you think? Outside forest can be quite active, you know, especially at this time in the evening. And with the Pogs of Goth just over the mountain range there, they've even had spottings of boglin carrum soaking around these parts. It's best to be cautious. Yeah. But where's me head? Cowdwin Hammer of the southern mountains. And yourself? Ostport, eh? A sailor, adventurer, an arm for hire. Never much like to see myself. Plenty to explore under the mountains without having to dive into the murky depths. Solid ground is something not to take for granted. Zarakrum. You tell me if you minded me, right? I don't mean to be a Kazaruk, but it's often safer to be in groups. You seem to be plenty prepared, but if you can't tell, it's getting to be nightfall, and I'm always accustomed to being part of a squad in these sorts of situations. Where you heading, if you don't mind me asking? Coring. Yeah. I suppose it's the place to go if you're leaving Ost territory. I'm heading up that way myself, if you wouldn't mind an old Dwarven soldier dotting along. Kinsman, what say you to setting up camp for the night? I don't mean to sound eerie, but I can swear I hear something shuffling around the wood. Hear 'em or feel 'em? It's hard to tell the difference. What? Oh, well, nothing. Just me old warrior sense, eh? Hey, look, over there. It's a small mound. I could dig us a space to dwell to the morn. So if something came a-sneaking up, it would only come from one way. Just a moment. I'll have this done in only a couple of stones. Catherine and kin, the stone to be dwelled in. Bathrukahum. Bathrukahum. There we are. Now watch your step. Well, I'll be quick. It's not always too pretty. There you go. Selonin. I picked up some wood not too long ago, if you got some flint. Thank ye. Bastum. Come on. Come now. Master. From flame in my hand. Sorry about that. If you don't mind just forgetting about that bit of magic. It's a bit frowned upon in these parts, and I tend to keep that bit of information to myself. Sanduk. You don't mind if I smoke, eh? Dried Kalaz root from the valleys of the Greater Vango Mountains. Very nice, relaxing. Ranzalatan. I have a bit extra if you care to join me. I only have the one pipe, though. Suit yourself. Nothing like a pipe at the end of the day, eh? My dad always thought a pipe smoke was one of the special moments between a father and son. I remember my first ceremonial smoke on my 20th. Be careful how much ale you mix with callous root. I miss my dad. Baruch. No, not visiting family. Most Dwarven clans stick together in their own regions, whether it be the northern, eastern, or southern clans. On occasion, the clans are joined for the good of the lands, but that hasn't happened in, well, at least in my lifetime. Or my dad's. Where I'm headed? That remains to be seen. I'm a recently chipped rolling pebble. Circumstances have placed me in the position of needing to travel for the sake of my people. I've said too much. Dwarven kind is very stony when it comes to issues of family and kin. I may be considered a bit more progressive than many of my folk, but the ore veins run deep and thick. Although the clans be different regions, the Dwarven traditions ring true throughout the lands. A strong familial bond, a deep root to tradition, and a refined skill for metalworks. I know my dad himself put my brother and I through the forge until we were 70 to best understand the tools we were forging before enlisting in the army. Sorry. Going off on my ramblings again. It's not common for a dwarf to travel so far from his mountain. Travel shifts the hard dirt into loose soil, causing the stone heart to yearn conversation and camaraderie. I often hear the echoes of my people when on the move. The thum of their voices and the crack of their hammers, as if in tune with my own heartbeat. The sounds of our ancestors. The sounds of Primi forming us. Our metals, our lands. But I wonder once more. I appreciate your allowance of a soldier's tales and musings. We dwarves may not be the smartest of the bunch, but we know our history, and we know where we come from. And now, if only I knew where I was going, eh? Yeah. Anyway, we must stay prepared. Our blades must be sharp and our eyes keen. Can't trust too much of these woods these days. Not like things used to be. I'm not certain how you feel about the myrrh. The discrimination in these regions has grown heavy these past few months, with the Primian's coup in Osport, and you need to be careful with whom you trust your beliefs nowadays. So many of my people are already wary of the myrrh, and with the Primians pushing their radical beliefs. The remaining myrrh in these woods have become very hostile towards any type of man race. Stab first, ask questions later style. I would hate for it to come to blows. There's unrest in the lands. Everywhere, it seems. Maybe it's just this old dwarf stone head, but I feel that there's something wrong stirring. Or maybe it's just the pipe talking. Listen, kinsman, you've given me plenty to dwell on. I'll take the first watch while you take some respite. Slacker. Let not my deep thoughts cloud your mind with fear and pain. The animals of us side will keep me keen of any ill will surrounding us. My warrior sense will. Look, take a rest here. I'll watch the fire. Go. Primmy Clatz and Davoon. Primmy watch over you.